here's my review after watching The Exorcist Believer for a second time. I went last night. I watched it on IMAX, spent a little under $50 for a ticket at night, and a large popcorn and large drink. And then tonight I watched it on XD, and I will say I like XD better for sure. I would prefer an XD matinee because I bought two tickets, a large popcorn and large drink for nearly half the price of last night for one person for the IMAX. Not worth it. The sound is a little better on XD, like the bass. I will say that the screen for me is better on XD. It's not as tall, but still, it's effective. And the best part of XD is that you can recline. So if you wanted to watch this or any film and you don't know the difference of IMAX and XD, I will say IMAX is taller. There's not much else to brag. XD is wider, better sound in my opinion, and you can recline. So, to the point of this video, I don't know, after watching it for a second time, what exorcised the girls. Like in the original, it was two Catholic priests doing a Catholic exorcism. Here, it's an abortion failed nun, now nurse, and a voodoo hoodoo root worker coming together, and a Catholic priest dying. It's a lot. So I don't know exactly what caused it. I think it had to do with the mother's scarf. There was a big theme of mother and female in this version of it, the woke version. I am looking forward to two more low-quality movies to complete this trilogy. Again, you're never going to have something as good as the original. It is just impossible now in this world. There is no way in hell that you could shock value effectively society. Like, it's just not, it can't happen. So all other movies will be inferior to the original. This one was inferior to the original and to the third installment. It is better than the original sequel, and in my opinion, it is on par with the TV show. The TV show would be better if Linda Blair and whatever the other actress's name was in the TV show. The storyline was better. It wasn't woke. It talked about the church having evil within it and all that stuff, like the deep state or deep church, whatever you want to call it, which is partially true. Like, there is an infiltration into the church in real life. Satanists since the 40s have been trying and successfully applying to become a priest, and then in the backgrounds of their life, they'll do satanic abuse and other ritualistic sacrifice stuff because they're Satanists. So this video was not shocking. There was like 2 jump scares, and if you watch it a second time, there is nothing scary about it. And I don't like their movement of trying to have all these different religions involved. I understand even many Catholic priests have said the Catholic Church does not have a monopoly on exorcism. Every faith, at least in ancient times, had a form of exorcism. It's just the way they portrayed the sissy priest who was too afraid to come inside and pray the rosary, and then when he foolishly did, with his own ego, he got his head spun around and snapped, because, like, that's what they do. So they had the main leader, who referred to her as a minister of God. She was a failed nun. She tried to be a nun, but had to drop out because she got pregnant, and she had an abortion. Surprise, surprise. They had to throw that in there. So I don't know exactly what caused the exorcism to be successful. They tried the abortion failed nun nurse as the minister in the beginning, saying real Catholic prayers, like the St. Benedict Medal exorcism prayers. There were other, like the Root of David, Sign of Judah, whatever, Tribe of whatever that prayer is. St. Anthony's Brief is what it's called. And there were real prayers, which was cool, I guess. But they went from that lady being a minister to using a Catholic rite. So it's a female, it's not like a female minister doing her own thing. It's a female person who is using the Catholic rite invalidly and illicitly, meaning it doesn't work. Which may be what happened in the movie, because we then move on to the root worker with some water and hyssop and whatever you want to call it. And then that's effective because it burns the skin. And then basically the priest comes in next and gets killed. And then the father puts on a cloth that was his late wife's cloth, the mother of this possessed girl, on her. And then there's a whole pick and choose. They were trying to say one would die, one would live. I would definitely say that it was very interesting to see how they would make a woke exorcist. And I'm disappointed that we're in this stage of society. I'm hoping in 10 years we'll be over this woke stuff and we'll have enough feedback to change Hollywood's agenda, at least. Why The Exorcist? You know? Like, we went from crucifix in the crotch to a little jump scare in 50 years. It's very sad. And I do hope Linda Blair is involved in the next two, as you might, if you've seen it already, you know she's in the very end of it saying one word, "Mom, it's me," or something like that. So I hope things go the way they're going. I would rather a bad Exorcist entry than no Exorcist entry. It's so rare. The last time we had an Exorcist entry, we actually got three. We got the two prequels, and then I think there was another one. I'm not sure. Maybe there's only two. I thought there was three. I don't remember, but we got lucky, even though those are not that good. There's still something. Like, the CGI was horrible because of the time. But this is something. Like, I'm always happy with a new Exorcist, and I would rate this, like always, on a 3, possibly a 4. If, like I said, if the TV version had the original characters or actors, I would rate that as 3, and this is 4, but because this one had original actors, I rate this one as 3.